Hello, everyone. I hope everybody doing fine and doing great wherever you are. So today topic will be just get myself ready to study for the CPA. And I first, decided to become a certified public accountant or CPA for short. I started, study for my CPA last year, as y'all remember that I applied for my CPA exam and just get myself ready. And I realized for in the accounting world that you need to be certified somewhere and form perform a job description if you try to move up in the organization or be promoted, and you need some kind of certification in order to get there. And I learned that if you get your certification, you also get higher pay because you got your certification. But for a very long time, when I decided I want to be an accountant right after high school. And fun about that, I was trying to be a physical therapist, but then I changed my mind and I saw accounting. And it also deal with numbers. So I switched to that because I like numbers. And just growing up, I'm a math person. So it's like, oh, it makes sense. Click, click. Cause I like math and it just makes sense to me to, don't major in, get my degree in accounting. Or double major, which I did double major in finance when I went to UC Greensboro. I thought I was just going to do accounting, but then I double major in both of them, so they're both equally hard. So, woo, I ain't gonna hold you. But then, so I made the decision like be a CPA, and of course do my research throughout the years, and even be part of the accounting club, learn about CPA exam or what they about and thing like that. But over the years, like I remember you had to pass four section, and I think what four audit, reg, and something else. I just can't remember. Maybe something to do with business. I don't remember. It's kind of a while ago, but they made some changes last year, if I believe, which would make it like of course there be four part, but they still kept for audit and reg the same. But the difference is for the fourth one you have discipline, whether it be bar, tax, or information discipline. So I thought that was very interesting. So yeah, I remember 2024 when I went to NABA convention, regional NABA convention in Atlanta, and then when I saw a event by this person who uh programmer coordinator for the NABA CPA bound program. And I learned about that and I decided I go sign up for it. And also they have a scholarship, pay for your CPA costs because CPA study guide and costs because CPA study guide study plan are very expensive. And with the program they had to use Becker. And I heard about Becker program, throughout my undergrad and graduate year. They recommend people, hey, use Becker or whatever. But there were other programs other than Becker. It's like United World and something else. It's an other program, but everybody keep on saying the same thing. It recommend Becker to study. I guess because I got high percent of people passing the CPA exam, so Yeah, so I'm using Becker to study. And of course, I'm in a scholarship that go pay for my Becker study guide program cost. It's very expensive, like $1,000 something for study for this damn CPA. And I'm like, Lou, that's a lot of money. But I said I got scholarship, like click click, pew. I was happy though. But so ever since then, I've been in the program. This is my second year in the NABA CPA program, and y'all probably may remember that I took FAR last year, and I think I took it in August, but I did not pass. So yeah, and that dang section is freaking hard. So yeah, I was disappointed, but then good thing about it, people in guest speaker who come from my NABA as well as Beta Alpha Pisces meeting. They talk about people have a hard time passing FAR because FAR is the hardest section of the CPA. So I'm very prepared, but then at the same time I was disappointed I did not pass it. I was mad, y'all, but I'm gonna take it for the second time, and hopefully I could pass it. But then, now I realized with the CPA exam, I learned a couple things. You cannot and not know memorization skills. You had to put in the work to understand the material, and now you in big trouble. And now I get it why one of my professors, his name is Professor Lulu. Now I get why he said always read the question. If you don't read the question, you're gonna tend to miss. Yeah. Read the question. And I always have struggled with that, even my undergrad and my grad school. So now I read the questions I don't. But I learned my lesson. And also I made the other mistake of taking a long break between studying for that section. I messed it up and was rushing y'all. I learned now, never do that shit again. Lesson learned. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen, learn. And you gotta stay committed. You don't, you in trouble, y'all. And also, what I learned from last night, they have like, for the CPA bound, they bring a speaker, what's through Bloom, and also a core study for your section. And they have a like CPA coach, and you talk about like, hey, if you think about taking this section, whatever, you have put in the effort. You got to change your strategy, figure out what best work for you, you know, how you learn the material so you could retain the material so you could able to pass. You had to practice, practice, practice. That's why I remember that CPA coach be saying, you got to practice. You don't practice, you tend to make screwed up mistakes. Yeah. I know I've been using my calculator doing doing the problem, but I realized some question I might need to watch sucker down, which I'm bad at it. I might need to go back at it, like what I'm supposed to be doing. And he made me think about like how you learn the material when you in grad school or when you in college. When I thought about it, well, I didn't took a process, but I'm thinking about it now. Since I am a visual person, I remember like throughout my undergrad and grad school, I always take notes. Now I like look at my notes a lot and practice. Read the book. I like reading the book and taking notes. And also I noticed like sometimes watching video can be helpful, But sometimes it kind of depend on how well the instructor explain it. If not, you have to show me. If not, I ain't gonna get it. So I might have to maybe think about my study skill again. For the first time I took the fall section, I think I studied almost every day, and then make a mistake of taking a long ass break. Never do that again. But now I think I did, my study plan for an hour each day on the weekdays, and I take 2 days off on the weekend. I sometimes I know that I tend to zone out on the weekend, so I was doing Monday through Saturday, but then still got stop being tripping and shit. So I like fuck it, let's do Monday through Friday, an hour per day. And I think the reason I did that because what if I have a job, and why I kind of set the way, because I'm still looking for a job right now, hoping that help me out. Cause baby, I need a job right now, and especially to pay for them CPA exam, expensive. So it's like, Lord, I need to find me a job fast, okay? But so I'm taking fall again. Hopefully, I get it right this time. Cause baby, I don't want to retake the shit again. And even he talk about too, like, don't waste your time in this particular section. If you can't get it right, go to the next one. That's what I'm thinking. But since I'm taking a particular discipline, I need to take fall first. Make sure I do it well. When I pass that and take that bar set, because they kind of depend on one another. So yeah. So wish me luck. Passing fourth section of the CPA exam. I don't know how long it take for me to do it, but even though people said that take pass all your CPA while you're in school, I tried, but it failed. So I'll probably be one of the people try to pass all four sections while working. So we're gonna see how this goes, baby. It's gonna be interesting. So wish me luck. I hope I do well, and hopefully get my foot in the county door as soon as possible. And I think in the program they go, I think I have something there for it that help you with you help me build some networking skill and also find me a job. So hopefully that help out. So and also they start open up, have a uh, have a oh crap, I guess questionnaire for my section if I would need some standing on certain question while I was studying for in the module. So hope that work out, and wish me luck, y'all, in my CPA journey. Get my certification. Woo! Get it. I got it. And I need to be positive that I got this. I need to be positive. My journey, how it worked for me, it's not gonna work for everybody. So I need to figure that out. And wish me luck, y'all. And CPA Kayla Smith. Hey, well, Kayla Smith CPA. Okay. Hope I get that CPA in the future, y'all. So I can be certified and do my job. So peace, y'all, and have a good night. Have a good day wherever you at in this world. Bye, y'all.